starting to turn my lights on. Let's do that. Oops. It's a bit better. Now you can see what I'm doing. Book up about there. Making a bit of a mess here. Just gathered some things to add some journaling cards and pockets to the chicken journal. So I've got these papers here, which I absolutely love. I made these with stamps and stencils, and that's it basically. And I've just layered up stencils and then some stamps on the top. Make it look like it's multi-layered. Use two different colours, a bluish colour and a light brown. And absolutely love these. I've actually scanned them in, so I might offer them up as a freebie, or they might end up in a file in my shop one day when I get around to getting the shop sorted on Etsy. But they're great journaling spaces, and they're only a light paper, but that's okay. I can stick them in a pocket and then people can use them to journal on. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a couple of these to the chicken journal. So I needed some more bits and pieces to put in pockets and different things. So I've gone scrounging through my stuff. I also have these, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use in this or not. They're Project Life cards. I don't know if you've heard of Project Life, but it's a bit like scrapbooking, and they just have pages with pockets and all cards that fit in the pockets. So I picked this up at a thrift shop. I think it was $15 for a whole big box of hundreds of cards, which I can then use in journals. So I might use a couple of those. I've printed out some chicken photos in black and white. So this is one of my own photos. I do photography as well. It's my own chook as well. So I've printed out a few of those to use for journaling, just on plain paper, but a good 125 grams, so it's slightly thicker than normal copy paper for journaling on. And then some more bits and pieces that I've made. So this is a pocket with a tag in it. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. You won't be able to write on it very well, but you can add photos to it. And I'm hoping people will add photos to their journals. So that's one. This is another pocket, which I need to make the tags to fit in those. There's a little itty bitty circles in this little pocket on the front here, which I think is really cute. Some brads, and I've just literally punched holes with a paper hole punch, and then threaded this gorgeous thread. It's a bronzy thread through the holes, then added some little beads onto here and a couple of brads at the top there. So I thought that was rather cute. This is some collaging I did and then chopped up, which you can use for journaling. It's quite it's very thick, and because I've used watered down PVA, so it's got a bit of a shiny look to it, but you can journal on the back of that. And this is some pretty scrapbook paper I've just added to a black card, but I need to add some paper on the back of that one so you can write on it. And this is a pocket I made, which is just journaled scrapbook papers, piece of like a hessian-y sort of ribbon that I picked up at a cheap shop years ago, a cut out heart, which I've stuck on with brads, and I've put little circle covers over the back so you can still put things in the pocket. And another pocket which I made out of a book page, and a little tag. It's just lines of scraps stuck onto a piece of paper as a tag, so you can journal on that one. It sits in there. It's just a folded up book page which has been covered in a very thin white paint, probably watered it down as well. It's quite thick, but it's a delicate type book page, so kind of need to have the extra thicknesses for it to hold up. So I'm going to add some of those into this journal. I have to make something special to put in this front pocket, which I haven't thought about yet. So I'm thinking this pocket might be good in between the signatures. So you've got a bit more space there. Or I don't have anything on the back page. Will it fit on here? It will. It will fit on here. I can add that onto the back page and still fold. Yes, it will. I may actually fold this one under a bit more, and I'll do it on both sides so it's even. So I don't have my bone folder here because it's out by my TV where I sit. Not my bone folder, sorry, my scoring board. So I'm just going to use a ruler and a bone folder to make a straight line. So I'll line this up on my cutting board so I can line the ruler up reasonably straight. And I'll just use the bone folder, make a line there where I want it to fold. And this side as well. So I just went in a little bit more. This one's in centimetres, not inches, because us Aussies are in centimetres. Although for most of my crafting I use inches because A, that's what the Americans use. B, I've also done a fair bit of quilting, and quilting is all in inches. And I think for crafts, I often think, why haven't the Americans gone metric? It's so much easier to work things out when you're in multiples of 10 rather than multiples of whatever, 2.5 for inches. So that way, I'm going to have a bit more space in there. And I was thinking I would just glue the bottom down flat. But I might actually do a fold up on the bottom as well, so it's a full square pocket. I think this is 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, but for things like crafting and quilting, the inches and the gaps of your inches actually work really well. So I'm quite happy using inches when I'm doing crafting stuff. So I'm just putting this up. I need to do 2 lots of 1/4 of an inch. I'll do one here. That's very thick bone folder, that one. Get a finer bone folder. Got 1/4 of an inch there. And then I need another 1/4 of an inch for the actual quarter of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, ruler, bone folder. So that'll give me the depth. For the pocket, that's the same as the other side. I'll just fold those up like on those 2 folds. Then I'll have the depth of the pocket at the bottom as well as the sides, but we need to chop these corner bits out, otherwise we can't stick it on. So I just angle that a little bit, leave yourself a little bit of space, chop those out, and then see we have a thicker pocket. Yay! So I am going to put some strong orange tape on those edges, and then I will use some glue as well. This tape is nice and strong, and I bought this at a scrapbooking place called Country Papercraft, which is based in WA. I used to go there for scrapbooking retreats when I lived over in WA, which is Western Australia, not Washington. Just for you, so you don't get confused. Yeah, Country Papercraft, run by a couple of beautiful ladies. Oh my gosh, they are so lovely. Two most lovely ladies you've ever come across. They're very thoughtful and very helpful, and she literally has this scrapbooking shop in the middle of nowhere in Western Australia. That comes in very handy for country people to get together at retreats and do some scrapbooking or card making or journal making or whatever you want to do. She has a shop with all the supplies, so if you forget anything you can buy it. And you don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. She can use all her instruments, and she has little cabins to sleep in. So great. I am really hoping that I can get back there one day. At the moment, it's a bit difficult. Very cash limited at the moment. So the trick with this is going to be how it sticks down. Let's take the back of the tape off. Add glue on there as well. So what I'm going to do is add a bead of glue along the bottom here first. Making sure I get some right on the edge here. Make sure I'm in camera. Make sure I get some right on the edge there. So this piece, when it folds over, sits down on there. This is going to be tricky. And I'm sure someone's got an easier way of doing this. Just hold that till it grips. Because you got the wet glue, the tape won't grip straight away, but it should grip fairly well. And I want to use my bone folder up underneath as a little backboard to put the pressure on there. And then glue along the sides as well. Glue along the side here. Be a bit thick, but as it's, just cardboard, you can squish a little bit. And I've got plenty of space in this journal to add a bit of bulk anyways. So we'll just run the glue, smoosh the glue along there. Wipe off my finger. So I've got tons of space in here, the paper itself. When you grip that together on the sides, there's a ton of space. So I put this pocket on the back here. Now should have plenty of room. I'll line it up with that piece of paper, square up this edge a bit, sit that down there. And the only way to get to these to make sure that that's stuck down is to use my bone folder, push it down through there. Try and push on it as much as I can. Plenty of weight. Make sure that's stuck down. That's why I like having the tape on here as well, because you know that that's going to grip and that's going to hold it in place until the glue sets. But I'm just going to run through around there a couple of times, so I really want to make sure that that's stuck. And the tops, that looks pretty good. Yep, that looks very stuck. Awesome. Great size pocket there, and that still sits in there quite well. It's probably a bit thick, but that works quite well. I'll probably fit a ton of stuff in there. Righto. So I have these journaling cards, which I've got one pocket here, which we already put in an envelope last time, that's got some journaling space in it, but I want to put another card in here. So this journaling card will fit in there very well, and it already has space for journaling. But I have this stamp, which is a Temu one. I have to admit it was a Temu one. Just don't have the money to go spending the good ones, but if I ever do, I will definitely do that. So, but I love it because it looks like a piece of note paper, and I don't want it perfect. I want it to have little spaces, so I'm not even going to cover the stamp pad on there properly. And I've just got this attached to a piece of a laminated picture, which I picked up in WA, which gives me a bit of stiffness, and I can just push that down all over. There we go. See? I didn't want it perfect. I wanted all those spaces, and having the stamp on this means I can use it really easily. I don't have to put it on a really big thing. If I want to get a proper image, I'd put it on a really big piece of stuff. Can't remember the words. Oh my gosh, I'm hopeless. But that gives me that great image, and when I'm doing smaller stuff, I'll just stamp it on here and just stick the smaller bit on there to put some lines on it. Because I only want them as rough lines. I don't want perfection. So we're going to put that in our pocket. Where did my pocket go? There we go. So I've got another journaling card in there. And then I've got the other side of that pocket here, which I haven't sewn that one up. Oh, did I do that on purpose? Maybe I did do that on purpose. I think I know what we'll do there. We'll use a paper clip, but I might use one of my chooks in here, and I'm just going to fold it in half. Stuff everywhere. The more organised I get, the more messy I get. Chookie's beak. And little journaling card. I'm not going to put lines in that one. I'm going to leave that one open. You can do some art on it. You can do whatever you want to on it. And I'm pretty sure I pulled out an altered paper clip. Here's one. Quite a bulky one, which you can journal on. I just literally, it's just a scrap piece of paper with little bits of scrap stuck on the front, and fold it over and used a punched out heart to put the paper clip on. You can sit on there, hold that bag shut. You can journal on this bag, which would be great. You can journal on this, and that will sit on there. Keep that closed. Love it. Love it. So, what's next? I like these pockets. I want to use this pocket in here. Love this stamp. Happiness is sharing your life with the ones you love. Now, I can't remember if that's Tim Holtz or Stampin' Up. I haven't got that stamp on this desk at the moment, so I'm not sure. But I, again, punched holes around here, threaded embroidery thread through there, and then tied a knot, leave the long bits, and then I've just stuck 2 circles on either side here as little tags. Little tag there, piece of vellum at the back. So I'm thinking I want to stick it on like this. Yes, that'll work quite nicely. And I want it on a page where I can see that kind of what that vellum looks like. It looks quite nice on the yellow. If I put it on there, on the vellum, you'll still see the vellum. You'll be able to see that vellum through there. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Only thing is, how am I going to stick it on there? I'm thinking that sewing it on would be the best, but I would have to hand sew it. Otherwise, I could paper clip it in. Let's leave that one. I'll think about that one a bit. I will. These pages, this is a painting pages I've done with a jelly plate and leaves. The back of it was just scrap paper that I used, so I don't want to see all that messy stuff. But I'm just using up that paper. And if I put a pocket on here, that would nearly go in the back, but it's a bit too wide. These ones fold. I've got a fold line on. I mean, I could fold any of them really, can't I? That'll go in there. But I want something to cover this piece. So here I have some book page that I've done some gessoing with stencils, so it's quite heavy duty. So what I might do is cover the top with this and then put this pocket here. Nope, don't like the look of that. I do like this page though. I might just glue that on there. I think could make it into a pocket, but to be honest, I think there's probably enough thickness in this book as it is. So what am I going to do? I know. Let's make it into a pocket so that I can slip one of these into. Nicer one, nicer one. This journaling card. What to do, what to do, what to do. Don't know, see? That could slip in there. It's nice and light and it won't add much bulk. So if I put this on as a page and I trim off this bit, which I'll do with a ruler so I've got a rough edge, I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Who wants to measure? I'm really enjoying doing this, all this no measuring stuff. This is a fairly old book page, so I want to strengthen that edge a bit. If I'm going to use that as a pocket, which I think we will, and we'll put that lighter journaling card in behind it. But I want to strengthen that edge, but you don't need to see what I strengthen it with. So if I actually use a piece of the book page, glue that on there, and get my scrap piece of paper, where I use scrap piece of paper. This one I'll do, so I don't get glue all over my cutting board. I'm going to just glue on here, and I do like white glue for this because when it dries it adds that bit of strength. With my finger smoosher again, I want to go right out to the edge because I want that edge to not tear. I want it to stay nice and strong. I also have these glue pens, which I'm just going to dot along this edge here. Make sure it's plenty of glue on the edge. In this weather in Queensland, it all dries up so fast. So we'll stick that right up to the edge there. Make sure it's all squished down nice and hard. What I often do with these is turn that over and then get the bone folder and do it from this side, which is a bit tricky because I've got the stenciled paste on there, so that doesn't work very well. I often find smooshing it better that way on the opposite side. See, delicate paper. So what I'm also going to do, I'm going to triple make it triple thickness. So I'm going to use washi tape that I don't really use very often, but I'm going to put some more along here. I'm going to add a bit of glue on here so that it sticks well. Put a piece of washi tape behind here as well. Smoosh that down. Trim off the edge. Trim off this edge. There we go. So now this edge has all been made a lot stronger, especially when that dries, but I've still got enough space to put a little notch in here with my large circle punch, which I don't have here. You see, I went to get it earlier and didn't get it. So we will just draw a semicircle. We can use this piece of washi tape. What to do when you don't have the tools? Use something you've got and repurpose it for something you need, and then just trim that out. There we go. Beautiful. These are cutter bee scissors. Absolutely love these for little stuff. Brilliant. Really brilliant. So main shot here. I'm going to stick this one onto here. I need to make sure I've got enough room to tuck this piece of journaling card in, which I've got plenty of space. So, and back again. Apparently my phone camera cuts out after 25 minutes, so I'm going to have to start using a timer and cut my videos at 20 minutes for now. If people want to watch my videos in the future, I will work out a way to make them longer, or I'll stitch them together. But for now, I just have to show you what I finished doing. So I stuck that piece of paper on here and made a pocket, and I've put a little circle tab on top, literally just 2 circles stuck onto the top here to give it a tab so that you can pull the little journal card in and out of the pocket like so. So there you go. That's the next installment of the chicken journal. And you can see we put hours into these journals. It takes a long time, but I just love doing them, and I hope people enjoy them. Love seeing what I do. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again next time. Cheerio.